Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting match in our league tournament. Today we have Old Swagga Jackson Marcnificent facing Farami. Will give an interview if we win Acktheboker. Now, this is a spoiler match, so they're co-ops who are kind of behind the scenes. Know where everything is, and they're going to be directing their runners on where to go and what items to find. Of course, this is a key sanity, so there's a little bit more involved in routing and things like that. Now, they are not going to get that spoiler log until they go, which they are on their way now. Joining me today is Walkix. So welcome, sir.
Oh, hello there. I thought I was going to jump in at any point, but you were doing such a good job. I'm like, I'm just going to let Jinxie take care of all of this.
Well, this is my third one of the day, so I got it.
You are in your element today. Hi, Jinxie. How are you?
Hi, I am just fine. How are you today?
I'm good. So let's talk about these runners a little bit. So, and specifically these teams. These two teams are number 1 and number 2 in their respective division. So this is a very important matchup, both for positioning in the division and potential playoff implications. So for Farami will win if we give an interview. I believe they've already locked up a playoff spot, being undefeated. Old Swagga Jackson second place at 7-3, but just right behind them is Op Get Good and I've Got It Tempered, and those two teams are also facing off this week. So a lot can still happen here.
Oh, for sure. Especially with these spoiler log races, it's so easy to overlook something that might be important, especially with the key sanity element. So it will be exciting to see how they route. Looks like each runner is going to go ahead and start with a houlihan just so that they can get some money and give their opponent, their co-op, a little bit of time to kind of look over the spoiler sheet and where to go.
Yeah, and you notice one thing already, kind of a little bit of a difference between Mark and Ack, is that Ack knows that you don't actually need to enter that fairy cave to activate the whole houlihan start. You just need to be high enough on the screen to save a second or two. And in a race like this with two really good runners and two really good pilots, it's the seconds that are going to count here.
Yeah, definitely.
And we should also give a shout out to the pilots. Piloting Marcnificent and Old Swagga Jackson is Kern. Meanwhile, on Acktheboker side, he is being told where to go by Korek. So again, just 4 amazing runners altogether. And we did notice that there was a pod small key in Link's house. And Ack is taking that up to the Uncle area while Mark was farming a couple bombs to head over to Kakariko.
Yeah, probably going to see a lot of early checks here. Ack grabbing the Moon Pearl off Uncle.
And it looks like he's
kind of getting
going to escape. With only 3 bombs, there's, to clear escape up to Zelda cell, you need 5 at least. Although maybe this is just checking some items. But no, he's going to go in.
Yeah, our last race that I just did a few minutes ago, there was nothing in escape, but it looks like there might be something there today.
It could potentially be just in this first chest, and Ack is just picking it up real quickly. Because you don't need any weapons for that. It did kill the guard, though, so we're going a little deeper. With just the 1 bomb, we can only get to the boomerang chest, so that's apparently where Ack's progression is going to be.
Oh, there's the hammer in the chicken hut.
That's always good. And we also saw Mark pick up a small key to Turtle Rock on the race game. You need 3 Turtle Rock keys to not full clear, but clear Turtle Rock, assuming you don't need the vanilla big key chest. So having 1 already in your back pocket is always really nice. And you get number 2 right there, while Ack picked up a sword.
Ooh, big key to Turtle Rock. in the Kakariko well. 2 big keys. There's Big Key to Tower of Hera.
That's interesting. That tells me that maybe Hera potting is not going to be something our runners are going to be able to do, because I know both runners are very competent at, that trick. It looks like both runners are just kind of covering their tracks a little bit. So for this mode, as you said, we have a pilot who has the spoiler log, didn't get the spoiler log until the race started. And so, they're sitting here taking this time to try to figure out the best route for their runners. Meanwhile, the runners are just kind of working to get, the items that they need based on the information given by their pilots. It is 7 crystal defeat Ganon, so we will need to find the GT Big Key at some point. And yeah, these races usually take between, I'd say, 57 minutes, usually like an hour and 15, depending on just how rude the seed could be. Swack went in and grabbed the backup tavern. I'm not sure that's something that Mark did, and it was a small key to Castle Tower, so something to keep in mind, because there could be something on Castle Tower, or maybe even, say Lumberjack.
Yeah, very, very possible.
And I know if you're a pilot, kind of the first things you're doing is you're looking into Kakariko, saying, okay, what keys are we looking at in Kakariko? What items? Same thing with maybe South Shore. You're kind of looking at some of the usual early game routing. So, potentially you're not necessarily looking at Aga Tower, right off the bat. But we'll see if there is something there.
Yeah, it definitely could be something like he's just putting in his back pocket in case he needs it.
And we're seeing, a little early on, Mark with a little bit of an advantage was able to use that hammer to gain a couple seconds here on Ack. Mark did save and quit after doing the well. Ack is actually going to blind set, so we'll see if there's something in there. Mark did find the Master Sword in the dam.
Very nice find to already have Master Sword here so early.
And Ack picks up a small key to Desert. Oh wow, that's already our 3rd Turtle Rock small key, as well as the big key. I think this game early on was telling us, hey, there could be progression in Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So when doing these races, the runners, as you can see, we're sitting here on 3 hearts. I mean, I know it's still pretty early, but you're not going to see these runners get more than 7, 8 hearts unless they're convenient. So one of the jobs of the pilot as well is to kind of know your runner's optimal equipment and to see if you can find a way to route that in.
Ooh, there's a glove.
There's a glove and another pod small key. So I believe that gives us 2 pod smalls.
And that gives us Dark World access.
It does. So yeah, that's an 8-minute Dark World access. It looks like Mark is trying to get some 50-50 bombs. He's not having a whole lot of luck, unfortunately. I almost expected Mark to do a map check, and then I realized, wait, this is key sanity. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, we do already know what our crystals and pendants would be.
So what you're saying is I should go grab that spoiler log.
I can give you that information.
Oh, baby.
Oh, there's our flute. And another small pod.
So a couple of nice things in Hype Cave. Mark, unfortunately, though, failed the chest turn, so 0 out of 10 swag points for old Swagga Jackson.
So it looks like we have a crystal at Eastern, Desert, Tower of Hera being a 5/6, and Eastern being a 5/6, pendant at Pod, Swamp, and Misery Mire, and crystals at Turtle Rock, Ice Palace, Thieves Town, and Skullwoods.
That sounds lovely. If you asked me to repeat, I would have failed miserably.
Wow, we are up to Tempered.
Why can't any of these things happen in like any of my races? Jinxie, why don't I just go to like the progression like these guys are?
It's like they're psychic.
Maybe there's someone in their ear telling them these things. Ack, meanwhile, though, chose to skip Tempered for now. Instead, he's going to activate his flute. And I don't blame him. The mobility is crucial in a race like this. One thing Mark also picked up in the back of his cape was a small key to Ganon's Tower. Now, in most of these races, there's not going to be anything in Ganon's Tower, so having that small key means they don't need to go to the pot and they can just immediately go up.
Looks like Ag is gonna head right to Skullwoods. Which there was a lot of stuff in the last race in Skullwoods. I think it had the mirror and a sword. So Skullwoods has been pretty valuable so far in these spoiler races. Looks like Mark is gonna head there as well. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your message about the pendants and
We're good.
crystals.
We got
have
him.
5/6. You got it good? You're all
Yeah,
done?
I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
I have since obtained the spoiler log.
I think I said it a little weird too when I went over it.
So what you're saying is
I'm
you wouldn't
not
be
really
a good
used
pilot.
to reading the no, I'm horrible at reading it.
If you've never done one of these races and you see the spoiler log for the first time, it's actually, it can be hard to parse some of this information.
Oh. Mark was having a little bit of trouble there. Looks like Ack is going right into Thieves Town. And Mark grabbing that mirror as well.
A little surprised Mark chose to save and quit after just picking up that mirror. I mean, that mirror just really quickly. You can mirror, you can flute.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But
and
Ack did
the
fine.
Hookshot.
Yeah. And so they're probably both going up to the same area. This is probably going to be a mountain play. They both did pick up that Harabiki, though, so it'll be interesting to see if maybe there's something in the big chest. Oh, wait, I have a spoiler. I could look.
Right? I want to
No.
look, but then I don't want to look.
I mean, it's also entirely possible where, because it's that early in the game, as a runner, you're probably thinking, okay, let me just pick it up just in case it's something, because the pilots are still probably parsing through things, looking for things. And
yeah, definitely.
So Mark now in Hera without the hook shot, so won't be able to Herapod, but like we said, has the big key, so overall shouldn't be too bad.
Ooh, big key of desert.
That's pretty nice.
Ooh, Ack is going over to Pod.
Yeah, Pod is a pendant, but just looking at the log, there are a couple things in here that we're going to need. I'm not going to say what, but some nice items in here to get for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And with 3 keys, that should be all they need to get whatever they need. Mark, gotta be careful, down to just 1 heart. Again, one of the drawbacks of this mode is that if you're the runner, you have to be comfortable with your kind of low health, low equipment. But Mark gonna pick up some hearts, should be fine. And with Tempered Sword, a slash, a spin, hold arm should be down. Looks like
Ether.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Ack is going to be setting up for a Mimic Clip. So this is very hard to do, but Ack makes it look really easy, using the pause buffer strats to get that Mimic just to walk itself out of the room to get through the door without needing a bow or a bottle. And you're going to see why he did it, because Ack is rewarded with our Titan's Mitts. Oh, and the Ice Rod too. That was the other thing in here.
Yeah, I would be a terrible co-pilot. Like, absolutely horrible.
Alright, it looks like now Ack is choosing to go up the mountain. We'll have the Titan's Mitt, so potentially something in Hookshot Cave, and this is going to be something that Mark is not going to be able to get right now. To answer chat, our pilots today for Old Swagger Jackson is Kern, and for Team Frame will give an interview if we win. That'll be Korek, leading Ack. So that's a little money for Mark. You bring it up to 500, potentially looking at a King Zora play, or we do obviously need money, a little bit of money for Pod, but looks like Mark might actually be getting a potion with that bottle that he picked up in Paradox. Looks like Mark is going to be setting up a potion glitch to get the Ice Rod and Titan's Mitts. Suak now with Crystal number 1. Pick up that Ether Medallion. Not going to be necessary in this seed. Our TR and Misery Mire Medallions are both the same. I tried not to give it away, but I kind of said like the beginning of it. So we're going to be looking for Quake for both Mire and TR.
Ack heading into Paradox to grab his bottle and Swamp Smoke.
Was that the other thing in here? I missed it.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see where Ack goes next with the equipment that they have in hand.
Yeah,
Can't actually go
ignoring Hookshot Caves, so nothing there that he wants as of right now.
Well, looks like we're headed to the Mire area. Oh, no, this is just probably a desert play.
Ooh, half magic. Yes, please.
Yeah, especially since we are still sitting here on 4-heart Greenmail. I think both winners will, be very happy for that. Mark, meanwhile, kind of digging deeper into Pod. Axe stopped after picking up the Mitts and the Ice Rod.
Ooh, a nice heart and our big chest of desert.
So Mark went in there to get some more rupees, which leads me to believe that we're looking at potentially a Zora play.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good call, though, knowing that you need the money, so making it happen.
And I will say there is something on King Zora, so these 500 rupees are definitely necessary.
Oh, and we have flippers in desert.
which is great considering Mark just fake flippered.
Ooh, and the big key to Meyer.
And Meyer is also a pendant. Kind of interesting.
I think it's better for me not to have this spoiler log because I just want to talk about things that I know and I can't.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I try not to be like spoil everything, but if the runners are making kind of an obvious play towards something, I can say that there's something there. Like you just saw the Thieves Town Big Key right there on Zora. Shoutouts to Farame for calling that.
How did he know? That's crazy. Mind blown. Ooh, and we're getting a swamp play here.
Yep. Swamp Palace is a pendant, but there is definitely something very nice in here.
Boots. We do know where boots are. I'm not going to tell you, though. Yeah, Fareem has no idea. Just make it, That's why he's that good. He just makes these calls.
It's amazing sometimes. I mean, Jay Coper's also doing pretty well with his guessing as well.
Koek's probably not telling Ack where the boots are either.
I mean, I looked at where they are. I kind of wouldn't tell him either if I were Korek.
Oh wait, Frame doesn't have the fire log, the spoiler log.
I know, they're just really good at guessing.
Oh wow.
They've played this game enough. I could have told you without having the spoiler log.
It's because I read the name and my head went there and I'm like, oh no, he knows.
Are you insinuating that Farame is on Team Farame?
Yes.
Also, let's not talk about the fact that I just, used 2 iterations of their name in the span of like 3 words.
I got concerned today that we are in the actual apocalypse because, believe it or not, I heard Frame talk today. It was marvelous.
What?
Yeah, I did.
How did you manage that?
Not telling.
But then what? Why is there even? Then why is Ack racing here?
Not telling.
If Farame has already talked, then
I can confirm Farame knows how to speak. I can confirm that.
So left side swamp
was magnificent.
Is holding the fire rod, by the way.
Oh, there's Quake in Thieves Town as Ack grabs that fire rod.
Yeah, and that gives us access to both Meyer and Turtle Rock. And as you just saw, we know where the fire rod is, so that's, be interesting to see when our runners are told to kind of go up there.
It was not in English, Drizzy. But it was marvelous. I'm not kidding. It was amazing. I had chills.
It's one of those moments you remember forever.
I stopped and I was like, wait a minute. It's happening. Another $300 for Mark from Thieves Town.
That's pretty nice considering this is still 5 heart green mill. So any chance you're able to maybe grab a potion, I'm sure Mark is very happy about that.
Yes, could very easily be a second Zora purchase.
I
And we're
mean, Zora
gonna
already
see
gave one
Mark.
big key.
Yeah.
Could be a second big key. Maybe Zora
I feel like
double
he owes
dips.
us though for all the years of just giving us crap and ripping us off.
I don't think Zora's too concerned about that. Zora's living very well off of the millions that he has received from the rando runners over the years.
Beautiful blind fight from Marcnificent.
And both runners showing, their abilities with these low percents. 5 hearts for both runners, and haven't seen either of them take a death.
Oh, P Flan spending 600 to inform Ack to suck it.
I didn't want to say anything about that, but
It was highlighted. It was paid for.
it was highlighted. This is true.
I'm not one to tell people how to spend their money. Oh, we're getting a Meyer dip from Marcnificent.
Yeah, I've really liked this routing from Mark and Kern being the pilot. They've really kind of done what they can to limit the number of times they go to certain places. So this is Ack's second time in Thieves Town. Mark only had to do it once, and so you're going to see. Oh, we're
I thought that was Mark's second dip into Thieves Town. Maybe not. No, because he saved and quit
no,
from
yeah,
Skullwoods.
but
I am not obligated to read the highlighted messages. However, I broke Ack's heart once by telling him that, and so I felt it was necessary that I did it. But I still love you, Ack. Still love you, brother.
And the moment I say Mark's routing has been really good, he mirrored out of Misery Mire.
Oh, by accident?
I'm not sure.
Oh no, the Misery Mire big key is here in Desert.
Yeah, but Mire is
So
a
maybe he was
pendant,
just
and
opening it and then going back in. Maybe there's something
no,
important in
because
Misery Mire.
there is, but Mark skipped the Mire big chest. There's nothing in there, or the big key to Mire. I can speak.
First of all, you're not his mom. He's making choices. He has to learn.
I'm pretty sure Kern is telling him what to do. I don't think Mark is making any choices of his own.
That's fair.
The Mire Big was where the Desert Big usually is in Desert.
Looks like Kern is allowing Mark to get his half magic.
There's going to be a problem here for Mark, unfortunately.
He does not have a fire source.
He does not.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Kern and Mark both missing that.
And this just highlights just how difficult this mode can be, because at this point, Kern is probably trying to think, okay, what's the next step, and Mark is probably thinking, okay, I just need to follow what I'm doing. Luckily, Mark realizing before you face the door that, oh, I don't have a fire source, we need to pick that up. And yeah, it looks like Mark's going to go pick up that fire rod, which is over at Left Side Swamp.
You know, it'd be ironic If he left Meyer because he didn't have a fire source to get the item, but then accidentally went into desert to beat it without a fire source. I've done that several times. Feels bad every time.
Yeah, that's probably why, as you said, Mark left Misery Mire.
Yeah, gonna get a look at hammer pegs here. Ooh, for the magic cave.
It looks like Ack is taking this straight over to Skullwoods. And the Magic Cape is definitely nice, you know, even if there's nothing on Bumper Cave, but for the runners, it is a very nice safety to have.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and it wasn't super out of the way. I definitely think I would pick that up considering I know where some other items are.
Yeah, the idea of using it for Darkmire or just for dark rooms in general is nice because our lamp today is in a very rude place.
Yes. There's several things in very rude places in this seed. So Mark's doing left side swamp.
Yeah, that's where the fire rod is.
Yeah. I'm okay. It's fine.
Shout outs to Kern for telling Mark to go to left side swamp. That fire snake, though, proving to be a little rude for Mark.
Wow, very nice Mothula fight from Acktheboker.
I think Ack took more damage on the way to Moth than he did in that entire fight.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Mark, that half heart, buddy.
He's been messing around with his safety and life here in this game. That's not the first time he's been down a half a heart.
And no chill either. Taking that half heart and just moving right along. Looks like they're getting. This is probably going back to. He's going to use a potion. Or at least get the free health refill. But I'd imagine their next play is back in toward the Mire Desert area. So obviously the runners know what they're looking for, but you know, from our vantage point, we still need the Cane of Samaria, a bow, and the Eastern Palace big key, and the Ganon Tower big key.
And the sink.
Oh, we are all synced up here. I like it.
It always feels good when the game randomly syncs, like at odd times, like 38 minutes random.
Mark does not have the big key, but that will not matter here in Pendant Misery Mire. We are here for one thing and one thing only. But they
Any
did need a fire
guesses what
source.
item they're going to get?
Ack, you didn't hit the switch. Pflen, please. How is chat this good at calling what they're getting?
I know.
How do you guys not have the spoiler log and this good? All right, well, it's
Yeah,
on the
I
desert.
apologize for sounds coming through my office. We have like a really bad windstorm going on right now, so
Oh no.
lots of sounds.
Don't blow away, Jinxie.
Now I think it's like one of my screens is like rubbing, like ready to kind of blow away. And now with that fire rod, Marcnificent as well as Acktheboker is going to take on the Lamolas.
Yeah, and with the fire rod, this will be a really simple fight. 1-2 cycles at the most, probably.
We have not seen any bows yet.
Well, wait about 10 seconds.
Are you serious? Did I miss that? I just went to look. I was like, where are the bows? I honest to God did not know that. I swear I did not know the bow was on Lamolas.
And you have the spoiler log, Jinxie.
I do have the spoil. I told you I'm not good at reading it. But I do. I swear to God I had no idea the bow was there.
And I mean, you know, the sync is going to continue. They're just going to both head straight into Ice Palace.
I appreciate this. I like this syncage.
I mean, and you're seeing, you know, there's really no execution advantage for either runner. I mean, they're both not really losing any time to each other.
Are we going to see one of the handy dandy tricks today? Oh, it looks like Mark is.
And I'm just going to point out that both of these runners are setting up for what looks like a 5 or 6 heart Cold Stare fight. And I don't care how good you are, this is not an easy fight and is very scary.
Oh, for sure.
Ack is setting this up to be essentially a one-hit KO.
Ooh, big key to Eastern.
So we're only going to need one more thing. We're just looking for that Ganon's Tower big key.
Wow,
Mark,
very
great
nice cold
work.
stare fight.
That was really nicely done.
Yeah, Ack not taking any chances here. Do not blame him.
He's
Down
got
to
to be
3
careful, though. This
hearts.
magic is about to run out.
Didn't need
Gets
to
it
worry
done,
about it
though.
anyway. Very nice fight on both sides.
And I imagine Ack is just going to be following in Mark's footsteps straight over to Eastern Palace. Now, Mark has opened up a little bit of a lead in terms of this routing, but something to keep in mind is that Ack has already finished Skull Woods. Mark is going to have to go back and complete that. So this race will remain very tight. I think Ack realizing that, no, I didn't need to go in the Dark World there.
Oh yeah, definitely some muscle memory when you kind of go over there, just think you're going to finish both of them up. Mark not wasting any time, skipping every single chest in Eastern Palace.
And putting that fire out to use to get the light. Make this dark room trivial. Oh, now I have to check out where some of these heart containers or our armors are. Wow, that was a sentence to say.
And oddly, I understood every single word.
Yeah, looking at our armors, not surprised that neither runner going to pick them up.
And Mark shows us Armos Knights whose boss is Acktheboker is heading back to the boss as well.
Maybe it's just me, but I feel like Ack had made up, a little bit of time on Mark here in this dungeon. But it could be just me.
They're both just so smooth on execution. They just fly through everything.
Yeah, these runners really showing why their teams are, at the top of the division.
And Mark off to finish up Skull Woods, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing Ack head to Turtle Rock.
Yep, because that is crystal number 6 for Ack, and Mark will be picking up number 6 when they finish Skullwoods. But first, a potion. So I wonder, once Ack finishes Trinex, that Korek will tell him where the boots are.
So gross.
I'm pretty sure someone in chat mentioned that, Korek is essentially punishing Ack. But to be fair, we're seeing how Ack's routing and the piloting by Korek has opened up a little bit of a lead. But definitely one that's not insurmountable. Especially since Ack is at 5 hearts.
And Mothula is down for Marcnificent, who will be joining Acktheboker in Thieves Town. But slowly, because we have no boots.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jinxie. These runners have had boots this whole time. Haven't you seen them? I mean, we're 51 minutes in and getting our 7th crystal.
Yep.
How do you not have boots and have that much already?
I know it. I like that Korek is punishing Ack and not telling him where the boots are. So will we find anything useful in Turtle Rock, or will Ack just go straight to Trinex?
Well, I already skipped the front 3. And he's just walking right past Chain Chomps. It's always really nice when you just get to walk past Chain Chomps. You don't have to worry about that room.
I was just going to say, walking past them, like, no thank you, is a wonderful feeling. Running past them because you have the boots and not having to open it is even better.
That's true. What happens if you accidentally bonk the key door and then the Chain Chomps just double team you?
Then you die.
Fair. Looks like we are skipping the vanilla big key chest, which is kind of important because we would have needed the last TR small otherwise.
TR is only fun in cross keys where you can do it in bits and pieces and it's not gross.
And you only ever need like one small key.
Right? I still can't believe they have still so few hearts. Like, I think at some point I would go out of my way to get some.
I mean, I think this also just shows a little respect off of both of these runners and their pilots because, oh, there's one.
Thank you, Ack.
But kind of going back to what I was saying, I mean, both of these runners are playing at such a high level that, both the runners and the pilots feel that they can't really go. That's a little unfortunate. But yeah, neither runner really able to take, much of a detour to get these hearts because otherwise they'd just be passed right up.
Yeah. Or the co-pilots hate them and they're like, no, I'm not telling you.
That would be pretty funny. And like on some level I hope it's true, but at the same time I know it's not.
Oh, powder.
It's definitely a nice little safety to have. But Ack also not taking the safety door, so takes a death here. All of a sudden, Mark jumps to the lead.
The cape was in hammer pegs.
That fairy did its best to avoid Ack. Unfortunately, Ack is too good. I was a little concerned there for Mark. You got really close to that
As
poke.
was I.
4 hearts.
I did the ooh. Yeah, that's why I use push to talk.
Well, I'm holding my breath for Ack on this fight too.
Yeah, he's got this.
Nicely
There it
done.
is. Try next down.
All right, so we are going into Ganon Sour. That's 7 crystals, but we still do not have the Ganon Sour Big Key. We're not going to play the game, but if you guys would like to take a guess as to where our Big Key in Ganon Sour is, feel free. I feel like this game would be better if you actually get picked a chess as opposed to a number.
Yes. Yeah, so it definitely looks like Ack is heading right into Ganon's tower.
And Ack did pick up 2 Ganon Sour small keys. Mark only picking up 1.
Ooh, picking up Burna on
That
Laser Bridge.
that makes sense considering Mark didn't pick up the cape.
Yeah, so Ack heading to the left side here.
Oh, look at that heart container that we can't pick up.
Right. Is it with Bob? I will never tell. Ooh, there's silvers.
And the boots.
And boots!
After finally defeating Trinex, Korek saying, "All right, Ack, I will tell you where the boots are. They're in GT."
And Ack heading straight to the right side. Would have been funnier if, like, Boots locked the GT Big Key, but
So, like
the
on
GT
King's
Big
Tomb
Key
or
was
something.
not in Ganon's tower. Yeah. I would have enjoyed that more.
And there's our Ganon's Tower Big Key.
Korek only let him have boots because silvers are there.
That's fair. And another thing you're seeing in, the pilot key sanity is the runners are doing this kind of the way that room, kind of the way it's intended. Ack now preparing to go up the gauntlet. Obviously in the lead, but I mean, just a death and this race turns around. So it's not over yet for Marcnificent or Kern.
Yeah, such low percent. Any mistake is going to cost big time.
Even something as simple as a Ganon death as well could, really turn this race around. So imperative for Mark and Kern not to feel like they're out of it. So
Beautiful gauntlet for Ack.
I would expect nothing less from our main tournament runner-up.
Ooh, Mark picking up his safety. Nice call. Five for 5 GT Big Keys in these seats today. Yeah, the 3 icon GT Big Key was at Gaddis Tower.
I mean, quite honestly, that's not too terrible.
Well, I guess it is when you don't know where the GT Big Key is.
True.
Ooh, there was lots of health in Ganon's Tower.
I guess so.
Yeah, Mark up to 10 hearts now. Still in green mail, though.
Yeah, our 2 males today were at Dark Cross, which since both runners went to Howacasa early, they weren't going to go get that, and Graveyard Ledge, which no one ever wants to do, even in normal rando. So
Agree. I mean, we didn't really see too much Dark World exploration. There was just really nothing in the overworld outside of Death Mountain, and even Death Mountain wasn't all that fantastic. I mean, Hype Cave did have our flute, but other than that, there wasn't really anything exciting. And our lamp today was in Mimic Cave.
yeah, this scene was very dungeon heavy with their items today.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Chat is roasting Ack for not hovering. Mark down to heart, but uses that blue potion. So that's Mark's safety right there.
Oh, yeah, and they only had 1 bottle.
I wonder where the other bottles were in this scene, because they went out of their way a little bit for that 1 bottle being in Paradox.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where the other were.
Let's see, 1 was on Argus. 1 is upstairs GT. 1 is in Sahashla's hut, and the other one obviously was in Paradox. Anyway, Ack is done with Aga 2. Gonna drop into the Ganon fight. Mark finishing up the gauntlet, now heading to the last part of GT. So still a very close race. Wow, that is a strat I have not seen. Did he, dash into that? I mean, that is just really impressive, that 1-in-1 right there. Knowing that you have to dodge those fire bats. And a triple. Wow.
Very nice.
Get your GGs in chat for Acktheboker, who will take this race and continue Team Frame's dominance in this division. So that is first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 42 seconds. And I believe that also officially wraps up the division title for Team Frame. So congratulations to them.
Friend, that would be epic if you came in and talked with us. Like, I would probably cry on live stream. It would be amazing. And I'm not being sarcastic. I think it is awesome, the mystery. But I heard you today.
Oh, hello, Ack.
How's it going?
GG's on your win.
Hey, GG.
Thanks. I don't know if my partner got a link. Do you think we should just have an interview without him?
You know, I would be curious to see, like, hear from him to kind of learn how he kind of parsed this route out, because you guys had some really nice routing overall.
Yeah, I'm sending him the leak right now. All I want to say is that Mark has way more hearts than I do, and I'm upset about this, but we'll get him in. I just wanted to have my words before he was there, and then...
That's fair. And yeah.
So when did you finally get to know where the boots were?
He told me immediately. The first thing he said was, boots were in GT. Sorry, dude. And I was like, we can just quit. We didn't have to. I mean, we made the playoffs. We're fine. We could just. I could have went home. That was really fun, though.
That's true, and we're also joined by Korik. GG's and good job on being the pilot today.
Thank you.
So yeah, kind of talk us through like how you chose to route this and kind of give Ack, 5 hearts for most of the seed.
Well, it's not like there were that many more around. They were pretty bad heart locations. No, I don't know. I'd say this is like a medium difficulty one from the ones we practiced on. There were some tricky things like, Ack was the MVP. I'm like trying to panic how we're going to single dip pod. And or like just not go out of our way for a bottle, and Ack's like, no man, I got the minute clip, don't worry about it. And I think that was huge. But outside of that, it was just fairly standard. The fire source could definitely trip you up. I saw it did trip them up a little bit, but other than that, kind of just all flowed together pretty well, I think.
Yeah, I think the early tempered sword, considering that the males were in such gross locations, made it a lot nicer considering how low percent you both were throughout almost the entire race.
Where was it in Dark Cross, one of the male upgrades?
Dark
Yes.
Cross and Graveyard Ledge, I believe, was the other one.
We probably could have got that. Maybe that Dark Cross one early? Because you got the sword in Escape?
Yeah, I
But
thought
it's
about having you, but like you would have had to death warp from there, and it would have been. I don't know.
I think I only needed to get hit one more time with how spicy things got there, but it's all right. I with all this quarantine stuff going on, I've been gaining some weight, and I think I just lost it all from sweating that whole entire run. So it was better that way.
I'm a little bit bummed that you didn't act, because you did say 100 for the throw, and I said deal, but you didn't throw.
I had my PayPal open the whole entire time. I was waiting to see if the
Okay.
money was in the bank, and you didn't deliver, dog.
You pay after services. That's how it works.
Well,
Half of front.
we can
half
talk about
after.
that later.
I would say we're also joined by Mark and Kern. GG's to both of you.
Thank you, guys.
GG's.
Thank you so much for that. GG, guys. GG, Ack. And Korak.
GG.
So did you have the restream up when you were playing?
Yeah, I was watching Ack on my laptop here.
Nice. Did you hear us yelling at you while you were going through desert?
Yeah. You know, Curran told me. He told me to get him higher.
I'm immediately blaming the pilot.
Yeah, throw me under the bus.
I'm just saying. We went there, and he's like, "Oh wait, do you have a fire source?" I was like, "No, I don't." And then I was like, "Should I be desert while I'm here?" He's like, "Yeah, you should." I was like, "I should just leave." He's like, "No, you're already too far." I was like, and then I got so far, and I was like, "Dude, I don't have a light source." that did it. You know,
I'll take the blame for the first one in Meyer, but I think the second one is squarely on both of our shoulders, Mark.
Okay, fine.
I could hear, even though I couldn't hear you, I could hear the conversation, and I was like chuckling to myself, like when the realization came, and you both were like, "Oh."
I almost left. All right, I turned around from going to the back there. I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's just turn around. You know, like it'll be faster the next time." And no, it wasn't. It was.
Schisms in the old Swagga Jackson team. This is how they get you. They pitch you against each other.
It's okay. No, regardless, I think we did about as best we could here in the seed.
This is like the hardest setting out of anything. Like, give me entrance shovel, give me Oko, give me spike balls replaced with every enemy. I would rather do that any day than this. This is way too hard and way too stressful. So
yeah, it's because we're like, as a runner, we're so uncertain of everything. We're just kind of like, what am I doing? What am I doing? As a pilot, you're just like scrambling 10 different text threads, whatever. Yeah.
The workload is just so imbalanced. It's so hard on them at the beginning, and then at the end, it's so hard on the runner because of course, the fastest way to get to the end is usually, as minimum as you can get. It's like, all right, well, boy, I hope a cold stare doesn't give me a kiss, or else it's all over.
Yeah, absolutely. That was definitely a scary fight for us as well. But
I was for sure worried, Ack, on your cold stare fight because you had popped out.
Same. I was a little worried too.
I saw that magic just getting lower and lower, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. My cold stare and my blind fight were, I don't know.
Yeah, your blind fight, you were down to 1 heart there too.
Keep it close,
Hey, it didn't take the
people
death. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's what mattered in this race, for sure.
I mean, both of your guys' execution overall were really great. And I mean, piloting Korek and Kern, you guys did fantastic jobs routing both these runners to kind of get what they need. Again, just very small things ended up playing the difference here, as kind of was mentioned. Mark going into Meyer and then into desert without the fire source cost maybe a minute at the most. And then unfortunately, Mark, you also unfortunately took a death in Turtle Rock. But I mean, aside from that, you guys were neck and neck. You guys were holding hands the entire time in Ice Palace.
Yeah, I think they were Skullwoods up on us at that point. That's when we were like watching Ack and we're like, oh, he's getting low on magic.
Like, this would be great for us. This would be great. But you clutched it out, man. Dude, GG, that was awesome.
Yeah, good game. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And definitely shout outs to Korek too, like the pilot. Just so tough, and he's so good at it too, because he could just start spitting stuff off to me, and I'll sit there and go, yeah, got it. But like if I'm fighting a boss fight, like I'm not listening, I'll just say yes, but I won't pay any attention. But like he's very patient. He doesn't give me too much all at once, and then like during the boss fights, he's not telling me which chest I should be getting in Turtle Rock or whatnot. He does a really good job with it. I know our practice runs have been really.
Yeah, you guys did some really cool things. You guys did some, or you did the mimic clip to get the stuff on the right side of pod, and whereas we used the potion, we had to find a bottle somewhere and fill that up. So there was just really fun things that we both did that hopefully gave the viewers a show.
That was like a discussion on our. It's like, do you want a mimic clip? And I immediately said, like, I'm down for stupid stuff. Like, let's do it. I don't care if it's a time loss. I'm ready. Mm-hmm. And then we just kind of, we flip-flop back and forth, and we decided that was the best thing to do.
For
Well, I
sure.
have to say I'm a little disappointed because I was prepared for like copycat strats, and then you guys just trying to win on execution at go mode. So I like had all sorts of stuff planned for copycat strats, and it didn't come up. So I have
Wait,
to
you
say I'm
thought
a
we
little
were
bit
gonna
bummed.
copycat you?
Yeah, like you would like follow a route and then like just win on execution in go mode.
that is like the lowest percent. Like,
Jeez.
oh man, who needs to practice? We're just gonna follow the other runners, and then once we're in go mode, we'll just beat them.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Gerdo strats.
I hate watching the restream. I didn't have it up, and I took my headset off while I was. So, I mean, I don't want to have anything to do with any of it. I would rather just watch my own screen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Any last thoughts? I mean, I think with this win, Acktheboker, your team has actually clinched first place in the division. So congrats to you guys.
Oh, yeah, we get a week off.
Nice.
Well,
You get to watch the other teams be like battling it out.
if you think that means Jim's gonna take it easy on you, sorry, he won't. I mean, I can ask him, but he's a real tryhard. We've been trying to calm him down forever, but he never stops. He's that Jim.
I don't know. I mean, you definitely took Gem's Sprite this seed.
Well, I was trying to get power from him. I hope it helped. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it did. You
it
guys
helped.
got the win.
What Walter says, bring it. We're ready.
Fair enough. No, that's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to watch that one guy.
Yeah, for sure. Can't wait to watch it back.
It was quite the race to come. GG's to both of you, and again, GG's as well to Korak and Kern for being great pilots.
Thanks, man. GG's.
Thanks. Yep.
For sure. Thanks to Speed Gaming for putting on the restream, and thanks for having me. It was a blast as always.
And yeah, if you guys haven't followed like all these runners, please do. I mean, I'm looking through chat, and I'm pretty sure everyone here, or is like everyone who has followed all these guys, but kind of do it again, just so they can get the alerts again.
P-Plan.
Just be sure.
I'm sorry, Ack. Look, someone did, kind of highlight a message that said, suck it, Ack, but I tried not to say it, but I just said it now.
I said it.
Jinxie just said it.
Yeah, I think
But I still
Korak
love you.
mentioned that to me while I was running, and I think that was about the time I took off my headset. So yeah.
I don't need to listen to my pilot anymore. Yeah, if you guys were watching this and you guys want to see more, I'm pretty sure there are going to be more matches either later today or pretty much all weekend. With two runners plus two pilots, it's a little harder to schedule these, so I'm sure a lot of matches are going to be taking place all weekend long. And then next week we're on to the last week of the season, regular season, the co-op all dungeons. So be sure to stay tuned for that. As always, give Speed Gaming a follow, as well as Speed Gaming's 2 through 6. And I think that covers just about everything.
Yep, and just make sure you're all taking care of each other. I know we're in a very tough time and a crazy, horrible situation, but we're all here for each other, so just take care of each other.
Except he.
Yeah, I'm sorry, except P-Flan.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Thanks.
Good night.
All right. Thank you.